भगवान श्री योगी रामसूरतकुमार की
जय।
सर्वो योगी रामसूरतकुमार अर्पणम्। It is His compassionate glance that has fallen over us that made it possible to sing His name for one more hour. Every Nama does its transforming work. As we keep on chanting, the Nama takes over. In the beginning, we have to catch the Nama. In the end, the Nama catches us. And after that, it's one straight automatic process. The Nama begins to run our life. And when you keep on chanting all the time, there is no need even to pray separately. The Nama is nothing but pure consciousness of the Divine. So when you keep chanting the Nama, it is the Nami's consciousness that is instantly present. And then it becomes aware of our thoughts, feelings and prayers. We know that Bhagwan has said, when you chant the name of Rama, Rama is instantly present. When you chant the name of Krishna, Krishna is instantly present. When you chant the name of Shiva, Shiva is instantly present. And when you chant this beggar's name, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, my father is instantly present. A disciple once approached a guru and put this question, Swami, by chanting the name, we would acquire punya, some meritorious deed. Pat came the reply from the guru, let us remember this. We do not know what punya, what meritorious deeds we have done over the janmas, that we have landed at the holy lotus feet of Bhagwan Yogi Ramsuratkumar. It's not easy to come across a guru in one's own lifetime, unless we have acquired the merit for it over janmas. And Guru's Nama is like the ocean. All the holy rivers come and fall into the ocean and merge with it. We know that Guru is Brahma, Guru is Vishnu, Guru is Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. And therefore Guru's Nama is the Nama of the Parabrahman, the Supreme God. And no single Nama goes waste. This is what Bhagwan has said repeatedly. And he also said, every Nama that we utter not only helps ourselves, but also the people around us. It helps the whole world. And above all, it helps his Father's work. His Father's cosmic work. So remembering all this, let us celebrate this opportunity of being able to chant his name right in the powerful shrine of Bhagwan. Now? Okay. Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Let's grace again. Shri Muralidhara Swamiji once spoke when he had come here about one of his visits to Bhagwan in Sannadi Street House. When he was seated there with Bhagwan, a Vaishnavite who was working in AG's office in Chennai had come to visit Bhagwan. This Vaishnavite asked Bhagwan if he was an Advaiti or Dvaitin. If Bhagwan was an Advaitin or Dvaitin. Now Bhagwan smiled and said, and asked him in return. He answered by a question to the Vaishnavite's question. Do you know who founded this Advaitin philosophy? The Vaishnavite said, of course, it is Adi Shankara. Then Bhagwan asked him, oh, do you think there was no Advaita before Adi Shankara? Now, this Vaishnavist was at a loss to say anything. He did not know what to say. Of course, there was Advaita. The rishis, ancient rishis, many of them, over ages, had become one with the Para Brahman, the Supreme God. And some of them are still deeply engrossed in their samadhi state. And then the Vaishnavite asked him if he was a Visishtadvaita. Then Bhagwan again asked him, do you know who founded this Visishtadvaita, the Visesh Advaita? He promptly replied, why, it is Shri Ramanuja. Oh, then Bhagwan said, do you think there was no Visishtadvaita before Ramanuja? Again, the Vaishnavite was at a loss. He did not know what to say. And then Bhagwan asked him, you are an Iyengar, you are a Vaishnavite. Do you know there are two divisions in that? Yes, Swami. What are they? He said Vadakala and Tenkala. That is, that one which goes in the name of North, the other one goes in the name of South. And then Bhagwan asked him for the meaning of Vadakala, the division, and the Tenkala division. He also asked him who founded that. Now Bhagwan began to ask one question after the other, and there were 20 questions. This Vaishnavite asked him only 2 questions, and now Bhagwan returned 20 questions by way of answer. And of course, the Vaishnavite did not know what to say, and then he understood that you should never question such people. They are beyond all the questions. They are the experience of the Supreme. It's better to keep quiet in the presence, the vibrant presence of such people, and get soaked in their energy. There is no need at all to talk. And then Bhagwan began to speak. Bhagwan said, leave Advaita to people like Sri Ramana and Dvaita to people like Papa Ramdas. They know how to practice Advaita and Dvaita. But people like you and me, we are so ordinary. For people who are so ordinary like you and me, he included himself and said, it's very difficult to practice Advaita. Why go to all such complicated technicalities? If we can chant the name and fix our mind on chanting this, that will be more than enough. The Nama is given to us in this Kali Yuga. The easiest and the highest practice is only Nama chanting. Since we cannot, ordinary people cannot practice this Brahma Vichara, Atma Vichara, and Raja Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, the Kundalini Yoga, and again all those rituals pertaining to Agamas. Very difficult for ordinary people like you and me. That is why God has come down in the form of the name, Namavatar. So let us catch hold of this Nama until the Nama catches us. It will be much easier, my friend. Let us take to this Nama chanting. So Bhagwan concluded his talk with that. After narrating this, Shri Muralidhara Swamiji went on to say what Kabir said about Guru and Govinda. He said, Kabir, if Guru and Govinda should present themselves before me, I would run to the Guru and prostrate to the Guru first. Because after the Guru prepares me for the darshan of Bhagwan comes, not before that. Whereas the Guru is like a mother. The mother looks after the baby right from the beginning. She bears the child in her womb, goes through endless difficulties, but she rejoices in it. She doesn't mind it, and she rejoices in it. And with great difficulty and pain, she gives birth to the child. And then every moment, she takes care of the child. And when the child passes motion or urine, she doesn't get disgusted like the father. Immediately, she takes the child in her lap, wipes it clean, puts on a new dress, decorates the child, and again rejoices in that. Father, after the child grows into a youth and achieves something in his life, maybe a degree, and a foreign degree at that, he would say, oh, I am very proud of my son. But until that moment, it is mother who does everything for the son, everything for the child. In the worst moments of life, it is she who stands by the son. A guru is like that mother. He cares from the beginning. No matter how many times you fall down, he lifts you up. Shri Swamiji said, we find so many gurus, we go in search of a guru may look highly divine, but as long as he doesn't become one with God, there is every chance for him to fall into the pit of Maya. It's only great jnanis who have crossed all the limits, who have given up completely without a trace of the ego, become united with God, established in the Supreme, could be trusted. The other gurus could fall into the pit of Maya any time. And it's very difficult to come across such a guru. It can happen only by our meritorious deeds over janmas. He went on to say that we should not go in search of the guru. When the right time comes, when there is the right preparation of mind, guru comes in search of us. And that is when an eternal relationship is established between the guru and the disciple, and the guru would not go away without liberating the disciple. And guru is like the mother. Every bit of the way, no matter how many times we fail, how much we disobey him, how much disgrace we bring upon ourselves, he is the one to stand by us and lift us to the highest truth. So, remembering this, let us not go after Raja Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, because they are all very dangerous, unless you have a guru who takes care of every step of the way. And Atma Vichara, again you need a certain preparation of mind, a certain purity. There are people who keep on asking, who am I, all their life, without finding an answer. I have seen people coming to Bhagwan Sannadhi Street House and saying, for the past 20 years I've been practicing, who am I, who am I? And I have not landed anywhere. Then Bhagwan would say, that doesn't matter, you are practicing what Sri Ramana said. Have you faith in Ramana? You know that Sri Ramana would not lie. He would only speak the truth. So have faith in Ramana and keep on practicing. Don't question. Don't stop. Pursue it to the end. So you see, even in Atma Vichara, we need to have faith in the Guru. So once again, and we need to have devotion to the Guru, we need to have faith in the Guru, even to pursue the course of who am I. So Bhagwan said, for ordinary people, especially people who have one foot in the world and one foot in the path, the best way is to keep on chanting the name, even if the mind wanders, even if there is no devotion, even if there is no concentration, even if there is no faith, it does not matter. Keep on chanting, chanting, chanting. Like I said yesterday, if there is lack of quality, you make it up with quantity. You have to say it several more times. That's all. At one magic moment, at some nama, the experience will happen. Meditation will happen. You don't have to struggle. This is what Papa Ramdas said. He practiced Ram Nama for 3 years only. Incessant chanting of Ram Nama. After 3 years, One day he just felt like sitting there in one place, and then he went into deep meditation. Meditation happened. He did not do meditation. So until we get purified, because every nama goes into purifying us, transforming us. It's an unfailing grace. All we have to do is have faith in the Master's words and pursue the practice. When I heard all this, a particular story came to my mind. When I read this, Shri Swamiji's speech, I remember Shrimati Tilakavathi Rajashekar. Whenever she came to Bhagwan would immediately ask her to narrate some Leelas of Sundareshwarar. One of the Leelas that she narrated was when Shri Shiva was seated in Mount Kailash with Parvati on his lap. And Parvati was giving him the betel leaf, and Shri Shiva was highly pleased. At that time, the 6 Kritika women, they were the ones who nursed Lord Muruga, the infant Muruga. So they had, after this, they put on Rudrakshamalas, they put on the saffron cloths, and then they visited Kailash and begged Lord Shiva, please teach us Ashtanga Siddhis, the 8 special powers. We would like to acquire them. Please teach us this Raja Yoga. Shiva was in such a highly pleased mood. He said, don't you know this Para Shakthi, the Divine Mother here with me in my lap? You have to worship her. All the 8 special powers are following her wherever she goes. They are in her attendance. You have to worship her nicely, invoke her grace, and then you will attain all this. Then he went on to explain in detail what this practice of Raja Yoga is, how one acquires the special powers. The Kritika ladies, the sannyasinis now, with Rudrakshamala and saffron cloth, and with a certain preparation of mind, because just imagine for a moment the divine infant, Muruga, it is they who fed it. They breastfeed Lord Muruga. So they were in such a high state, in such a high state of purity. And after this, only they come to Kailash and beg Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva explains all this in detail. After that, Lord Shiva said, look, you asked me, I have explained. Now you have to go and practice that. So these Kritikas were very, very happy to get this instruction straight from Lord Shiva's mouth, and they left. But just see the Maya, like Swamiji said, until one becomes united with the Supreme God, there is every chance for these people, the spiritual people, to fall into the pit of Maya. True to that statement, these 6 ladies, the sannyasinis, after some time, they relaxed and they forgot all those instructions and stopped practicing them. When they had got instructions straight from the mouth of Lord Shiva, they took it lightly, and after some time they stopped practice. Lord Shiva got wild. You know what it is like? The anger of Lord Shiva, it's fire. He got so angry with them that they had not obeyed his instructions. He said, there is a place called Pattamanga, and there's a great banyan tree there. All the 6 of you, after taking instructions straight from me, you have forgotten, you have stopped practicing. There is a lapse now. Now I give you a curse. All the 6 of you become rocks, stones under this tree. What a curse it is. And he said, you will remain as rocks for 1,000 years. Just imagine the plight of these ladies. The one who nursed Lord Muruga, the divine infant, finally landed in this condition. They became rocks under a banyan tree and remained so for 1,000 years. The ladies, as soon as they heard the curse, were highly disturbed, highly distressed. And they said, Lord Shiva, we do not know how this happened, how this lapse happened. Please forgive us and please free us from this curse. Lord Shiva said, now that I have given it, I cannot take it back, but remain as stones for 1,000 years. After that, I would come back to you and then liberate you from that state. So every disciple, after taking instructions from the Guru, is disobedient, is not practicing it properly, he is bound to come across some difficulties. May not be so bad as becoming a stone, but then we attain the state of the mind of the stone. Meaning there would be dullness, there would be no effort on our part because there would be no inspiration. We would lose the inspiration altogether. We would become very dull and worldly, tamasic. So true to his word, Sundareshwarar came in the form of an old man, a man of wisdom, high wisdom, and then he would liberate him from that state. Now why I was reminded of this, for the ladies who nursed the divine infant Muruga, this is the condition. This could happen to them. Where are we compared to them? So this is a warning to all the disciples not to seek very complicated ways, not to think that only complicated practices are real sadhana. The easiest and the highest is to practice the name of God. We know that when somebody calls us by name, wherever we are, whatever distance we are, we immediately turn and look. You give a name to a dog. It may be out there in the field somewhere. You just have to call out by name and the dog would come running to you. You give a name to a cat, the cat does that. So when you call out the name of God, God, the Supreme God, or when you call out the name of the Sadguru, a Guru has become one with the Divine, the universal being. Wouldn't he turn and look at you? Wouldn't he know what is on your mind? So this we have to remember. Now when Bhagwan gave all these instructions to the Vaishnavite that day, and we also stand to benefit by this. And thanks to Shri Muralidhara Swamy, through the simple examples that he has given, we can understand this much better. And of course, not to mention Sundareshwarar's Leela. It's better to catch hold of an easy method and practice and practice and practice until the meditation happens. Now this Bhagwan is here right in front of us with his raised hand in benediction, and there's a constant flow of grace from his hand for all those who seek it. But then you have to come to the ashram. Bhagwan said, the whole ashram is filled with the power of my Father. Come to me, take my name. I'm here, don't fear. I will do everything for you. All you have to do is take my name. So we have taken the name for 1 hour and we have offered this Nama flowers at his feet in worship. Now we should offer our today's prayers at his feet. Bhagwan, we seek your immediate divine intervention to free the entire humanity from this virulent virus and uproot the fear from the heart of all the people and stop the spread of the disease. And Bhagwan, please enter this vaccine and make it work and help the move, the drive to reach the right people. Today I heard something that in China, every house has some people, 1 or 2 people, affected by this coronavirus. But none of them go to a doctor. All they do is, they take hot water 6 times a day. And then the steaming. They inhale the steam 4 times a day. That is all they do. They do not take any vaccine, nor do they go to any doctor, nor do they get admitted in any of the hospitals. And there is no report of deaths. This is what this bit of news says. Whatever it is, Bhagwan, either you make us do the simple practice of inhaling the steam and drinking only hot water all through, because the virus cannot survive the heat. Or please enter this vaccine and make it work. And all those people who are in the field fighting the disease, despite the challenges, please give them protection. We beg you to give a boost to the falling economy, and above all, give us constant remembrance to your name, and give us the right awareness, the awareness that we are only instruments in your hands, and bless us to be fine instruments in your hands. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.